Alright, so making a new segment here. In the interest of accomplishing the goal I set out with in this channel, I wanted to come up with some method where I could discuss the films that I was seeing that weren't necessarily tied to a certain project. So the idea here is just to talk about all the movies I saw in the last week or so. I'm gonna try and keep this relatively raw, not a lot of cuts, so I'm not the greatest at speaking to a camera, but hey, here, maybe doing this will help me out with that. Shooting for about a minute or less with each of these film discussion little segments. Reviews are gonna allow me more in-depth analysis. I mean, they're not like, I'm not doing the most deep of analysis with my reviews currently, but this is just gonna be kind of skimming the surface, getting my general thoughts about certain movies out there. Again, this is more for me than anything else right now, so here we go. First, we've got Swimming with Sharks. It's 94? 90s movie. Kevin Spacey. Saw it because I'm kind of digging the whole Kevin Spacey thing with House of Cards. And he's a standout in the movie. It's a little overdone. It's got Brad from Pulp Fiction, and he reminds me of that character, but he's not supposed to be so timid. And where he's submissive to Kevin Spacey's insane dominance, because really this movie's about Kevin Spacey being like the worst boss ever. Their relationship is okay. Kevin Spacey is pretty awesome, but I mean, I don't buy Brad's relationship with his girlfriend, and she was just the worst person on the planet. So yeah, watch the clips of Kevin Spacey raging, and that's all you need from this movie. I watched Platoon, a classic Vietnam movie, and I think that's the best way to describe it. It's just a classic Vietnam movie, and everything from it has represented what I thought a Vietnam War movie was, where I've seen this after all of the things that it probably influenced, so it doesn't feel as unique to me, but I imagine it was more impactful at the time. It's truly an anti-war movie if there ever was one. It's very effective at convincing that war is hell, Vietnam is hell. Oliver Stone, he made Natural Born Killers, which is a fantastic movie that I have a hard time enjoying. I don't think this was as good a film, but it was more enjoyable. Willem Dafoe is great. Charlie Sheen was serviceable. Cinematography is pretty good. Story was fine. Vietnam. As I said I would, I watched Ex Machina. And here's the thing. Not all that impressed with this movie. And that might upset some people because it's been getting a lot of buzz. I enjoy ideas being thrown around in science fiction. And this is definitely an ideas movie, or at least it's trying to be, but it felt like it didn't show me anything new. It felt like it was just like artificial intelligence. Think about it. And beyond that, I wasn't that interested. I mean, he's at this house with this rich guy talking to a robot for the whole movie, and it kind of felt like that. Oscar Isaac is a great actor. I really like him, and I enjoyed him in this movie. Domhnall Gleeson, on the other hand, I think that's how you pronounce his name, not a fan. I mean, in Frank, it kind of worked, but I'm just getting no charisma out of this guy. And the entire time I'm on Team Oscar here, like, you idiot. Like, he just wants to turn off his computer. It's not a big deal. But throughout the entire climax, I'm just like, yep, okay, nice, sweet. So, not a fan. It's okay if you like this movie. It's not atrocious, but this is a new movie, so I'll give it a rating. Probably give it like a strong 4 out of 10. But I enjoyed another 2015 movie quite a bit more, that being Black Mass, which of people thought was like that great, but Black Mass is exceptional on a scene-to-scene level. And looking at inspirations for it, like Goodfellas clearly impacts this movie. You look at Goodfellas, I mean, where's the plot? There's some gangsters do some gangster shit, and that's the movie. And I don't think there's anybody really strongly campaigning that Goodfellas isn't a fantastic film. So, okay, Black Mass is no Goodfellas. I mean, Johnny Depp not getting nominated for an Oscar when we've got Matt Damon up. But anyway, there's this scene at a dinner table about a family recipe that I thought was really good. Although there are other scenes where dialogue feels really artificial on occasion. It doesn't feel like it's actually coming from the characters. You know, it feels like something that was written down in a script to introduce a scene, just have some banter here. And the scene that immediately follows it is just absolutely sickening in a good way. But yeah, good performances all around, really technically well done. It just really lacks a so what. There's no overarching thing, but I kind of forgive it in that it's a very enjoyable movie. It's very sleek, very cool, it's disgusting, and I liked it. Give this one a 7 out of 10. And I saw another movie, which is one I've really been meaning to watch for quite some time. But I went into with the complete wrong mindset. Evil Dead 2. So, in having seen the trailer for the Evil Dead remake thing, I expected this to be like genuine horror. And it wasn't until... Okay, I guess it only took like 5 minutes, but I recognized that that's not what we were getting. I mean, this is cheese beyond cheese. Like, you take the DVD out of your player and you have to like dust out Doritos Cheetos dust because of how cheesy this movie is, and that just adds so much charm to it. And even then, there's still a lot to respect in the practical effects, the technical aspect of it, and just the absolute lunacy. But I mean, talk about a cult classic film. I mean, this is it. And I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to check out the other movies in the series. Yeah, there's a really fun tone to it. Good movie. And last but not least, I went and saw 10 Cloverfield Lane. And it was really, really good up until maybe the last 20 minutes. I wrote a review about this, and I was pretty happy with how the review turned out. I think it effectively articulated my feelings about the film. But, I mean, John Goodman, it's very smart. Like, this is a premise that I feel like I can't off the top of my head think about movies. It kind of reminds me of Room now that I think about it. Just, trapped in a room. But anyway, I can't think of a movie that's like this, but it's just such a general story that, I mean, there's got to be like 24 short stories and short films made around this whole premise. I didn't think it would lend itself as well as it did to a feature length, and they're really smart about how they incorporate twists to the plot, but whenever something like that occurs, whenever a new challenge emerges, it always builds on the established tone. It furthers the overarching plot, and I thought that was really smart. Didn't like that it was so tied in with the other Cloverfield movie. So that's it. Don't know if I'm gonna do this like weekly, monthly. Might kill it in the cradle. Who knows? But this is kind of fun. So yeah, there it is. But I'm afraid this is